Hello, welcome to the Three-Quarter Guard MMA show.
Show. We're saying show now?
Yeah, show, because we're a show.
I thought we were a podcast.
Official tissue in this bitch.
All right, I guess
right.
Welcome to episode 29.
See you on Showtime soon.
Three-Quarter Guard. iTunes, Spotify, Google Play if you want to listen to us during the week. My name is Eric.
Yeah, it's good when you're on your way to work. When you're
How's
brushing
everything
your
going?
teeth, banging your old lady. I would listen to us.
I don't listen to anything when I'm doing that.
Yeah, I got you.
Sorry we missed you for the past 2 weeks.
Put us in the mood. Put you in the mood.
Sorry we missed you guys for the past 2 weeks. It has been hectic. Mother's Day and things like that. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Other excuse can't think of. A lot of fights though. A lot of things to talk about. A lot of stuff as you can see in our menu. Right there. So a whole bunch of things we have to. Well, not a whole bunch of stuff, but there are a lot of things that happened. A lot of exciting fights in the past 2 weeks. First off, let's start and let's go and rewind back to Brazil a week ago. UFC 237. That was headlined by Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade for the strawweight title, and the co-mains were Anderson Silva versus Jared Cannonier, and Jose Aldo versus Alex Volkanovski? I don't know why I forgot his first name.
Alex, yeah.
Because he's Alex the Great, right?
Yeah.
No, that's Alex Hernandez.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's fine.
No.
It's Alex stuff.
Yeah, Volkanovski. And are we going to start off with that? Talk about that?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I was going to talk about like the other card because the rest of the card was looking really good for like a lot of the Brazilian hopefuls. I think there was like a lot of knockout wins and stuff like that. So I was going to go to that. Yeah, I was gonna. Can you take a look at certain things?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
I got you, bitch.
Yeah.
Alright, well, hold on. I'll check out early prelims.
Yeah.
Oh?
What?
What? You don't even have pictures.
Yeah, some of these people don't even have pictures, but it's alright.
Yeah, some
Vivian Araujo.
Won by KO, TKO.
I got a KO in the third round. I think she might be either the second or like the third strawweight to ever get a knockout in UFC history. You know, knockouts don't really come too quickly and too often in the 115-pound division. But yeah, she got a knockout in the third round. Very exciting fight. Very exciting way to start off the card and way to point out.
Wait,
yeah,
the Brazilian actress? No.
Maybe.
There's also a.
I guess there's a Brazilian actress.
This is the really popular
common name, I guess. Vivian.
Yeah, that's you.
She usually fights at. I think she said something like.
Bitch.
I think she said something like she usually fights at bantamweight. Funny enough, so she must have to cut down a lot of weight, or I don't know what the hell.
5'5" is pretty big for strawweight.
Yeah, but like I think she usually cuts. Like I said, she cuts down to from bantamweight, so she usually fights at 135. I'm not mistaken, but I think they just gave her the late call and paid off for her. She just had to shed off a couple more pounds. Got the KO win in the third. Way to make some noise down in Rio.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, well, good for her. What was the next? Yeah, we can take a look at that. Yeah.
I'll see her.
Well, you can take a look at it.
Knock the fuck out.
Well, you can look at it.
Right here.
You can take a look at because I have the same video on our stories. The world can't see it, but it's fine. Yeah, she goes in. Boom.
Oh.
He was hitting her with him.
Oh, she's like, what? Where am I going? I'm up, down. Superman punch? Missed that. You know what? Hit you with this. Oh, you thought you was there?
And then
now
the
I'm over here.
huacata.
Bang, bang.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was a huacata.
Oh, sorry.
No, I thought
forget
this
the name.
Boom.
Oh,
there it is. Yeah, that was a bad one. Knocked her clean out. That was a
collapsed.
great overhand right. Knocked her clean out.
That was rough.
Third round. That was rough. But yeah, I mean, way to make a great debut. Been a lot of good debuts lately, so I'm happy about that. A lot of people making great debuts. We'll talk about a couple more that happened last night in Rochester later, but even then, after that,
Ronnie Barcelos.
Ronnie Barcelos got a what did he get? He got a TKO in the second round. Kind of seemed like an early stoppage, though. I remember that one. He was kind of raining down elbows and hammer fists, but right at the moment the referee was stopping the fight, the other fighter, Kurt Hollabag, or Hollabag?
No, it's shit. It's Carlos Huachin.
Carlos Huachin. My fault. My apologies. Carlos Hutchin. He he was like kind of getting up. Watch, you'll see right now. He was kind of getting up, and then all of a sudden, whilst he was getting up, the referee stopped the fight.
I wonder if we would even be allowed to show these. Probably not.
Pardon me. No,
well, if
we
they're
can't.
on Twitter, then not because we're still using their.
Yeah, we're still using. Yeah, exactly. It's weird. No copyright infringements and all that. I wish we lived in Argentina, in Spain. They don't worry. They don't care about copyrights over there.
Stream whatever we want.
This is true. Wouldn't that be great?
Whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, you got a good stoppage. I don't know if I agree with the stoppage so much because the other guy was literally like grabbing his bearings while it was going on. But I mean, not gonna take away a good, stoppage, a good victory for Barces. Barces? Is that his name?
Barcelos.
Barcelos. We could just take a look at the KOs and like the finishes if you want.
So Cacho Era lost.
Yeah.
To
Luana Carolina.
To the Twitter egg Luana Carolina.
I knew a Luana once.
Ah.
We all knew a Luana once. What?
I bet you did. What?
Huh? No. Moving on. Goodness. What am I doing?
This is the prelims.
Yeah, Warley Alves got a KO victory on whatchamacallit, Sergio Moraes. I think that was like a big thing in the welterweight division just to see who the
my man BJ Penn
on the welterweight division
hasn't won a fight.
Are we talking about that
in 10 years?
I guess we could talk about that
in a decade.
I don't really want to. Makes me sad.
My God,
he hasn't won in a
man
decade.
Hasn't won in over a decade.
Poor guy. Well, his knockout against Matt Hughes, that was like what, 2009, 2008?
That was yeah. So if we go roll back here to
back in the time. We're gonna do right here, go back.
It was 2010.
Back in the time. Yeah, 9 years. 9 years since BJ Penn has won a fight.
Almost a decade.
And even then it was against probably a seasoned and weathered Matt Hughes. So I think he's like on the longest losing streak in UFC history. He's lost his last 7 fights. Yeah. Fucking sucks. I mean, what do you do at this point? You're BJ Penn. And you don't want to stop fighting for some reason. I saw a horrible meme the other day about somebody he has beaten the past 9 years, but I won't talk about that. Because nothing occurred. Actually, do we know, is there anything, any update on his case or anything like that?
No, not that I know of. The meme. Yeah. I know what you're getting at.
Yeah.
That was
rude.
I mean, I laughed. But yeah, let's see. So what is it? Yeah, 30s. So I think it was something like BJ Penn, like in the time that since BJ Penn's last won a fight, Donald Cerrone has won like 27 fights or something.
That's goddamn ridiculous. Jesus Christ.
It's pretty insane.
I mean, it speaks levels for
Donald
Cerrone,
often,
definitely.
Obviously, but
yeah, right. I mean, it speaks levels for Donald, but
I think BJ isn't getting like completely obliterated, but he's just not that caliber of a fighter anymore. You can't fight the top guys. It's just, I mean, if they want to throw him some a softball or something. I don't know if he wants to keep fighting, but it's no point. He's just really retired. I don't want to see him, turn out like Rashad Evans and get knocked out cold by no names.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. At least it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like crazy decisive like all his other fights were, where they were stoppages or like Nick Diaz rocked his freaking brain. But regardless,
I knew he was going down.
Yeah,
when he fought like Nick Diaz. Well, I guess it was a little different because he had gone up to 170. But Nick Diaz, Rory McDonald fights, he was getting obliterated.
I mean, they're just
and those fights could have been stopped. I mean, if they would have kept pouring it on, like the Rory McDonald. I think Rory McDonald consciously decided to not end the fight. Like he could have ended the fight.
Probably.
If he just poured it on him. He would have killed him. But
yeah. Well, after that,
to let him live.
Well, after that, in the featured bout for the preliminary card, unfortunately, Little Nog did not have the best fights that night. He was I thought it was a KO. It looked like it was kind of a KO with Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann knocked him out. I believe it was the second round, and pretty much silenced the Brazilian hopefuls of that night. First round, yeah, uppercut. Basically a KO, but he got him with like two extra shots while Little Nog was on the ground. I mean, an impressive performance, definitely for Ryan Spann. But yeah, definitely a heartbreaking sight for anybody who's a Nogueira fan and like any Brazilians out there. Boom! As soon as he landed that, the crowd went silent. Yeah, like those were actually like. Those weren't even necessary. He got like two shots.
I mean, Herb could have stepped in there a little sooner.
But. Yeah, it was kind of like one of those.
When he's like looking up in the air and his hand is like.
Yeah, that's like nope. That means he's like trying to reach for something to like to try
he
to
can't even think.
Yeah, weird. So yeah, that was a bad. So yeah, but that was actually the beginning. Funny enough, for that night, that was the beginning of a couple of Brazilians losing. Because then after that, in the main card, we can. Go on to the main card there real quick, sir. Thank you, sir. Francisco Trinaldo and Carlos Diego, that was canceled. That's the one thing. But then after that, we had Bench Correa lose to Irene Aldana. Irene Aldana got a submission win in the third round, an armbar on Bench Correa, and this was Bench's first fight, I think, in a while. The last time Bench was like fought was when she got knocked out by Holly Holm.
Fought a minute, yeah.
I think when she got knocked out by Holly Holm by head kick. So yeah, not the best. Not the best last couple of fights for Betch. Actually, no, maybe she fought before that. That was canceled then. No, yeah, you're right. Since Holly Holmes, yeah, lost Holly Holmes, and before that, she had a draw with Marlon Renault.
She lost to Jessica I. Decision.
She beat Jessica I.
She beat Jessica I.
She beat Jessica I. Yeah, she's had a lot of win losses.
Got knocked out by Ronda.
Ever since Ronda, a lot of win losses, but add this one to the loss column for her. But Irene Aldana with an impressive armbar in the third round. Shouts out to Irene Aldana.
Betch was
always
great
to see.
I thought she kind of like gave it to her.
Lady, get higher in the ranks. What's up?
Kind of gave it to her. She got tired. Let her take the.
A little bit. It seemed that way. I mean, hey, hats off to Aldana for working that pace and getting her tired, getting that arm. She did actually. Her ground game looks like it's gotten a lot better. Her boxing is always awesome. Her technique in boxing is always great. But hopefully this is the start of a climb for Aldana, and hopefully we'll see her win again in the future. But yeah, that's two Brazilians losing so far in the past couple of fights. And then we had Thiago Alves lose a decision to Loreno Staropoli.
I like that. I like this guy. He's really good.
How is his
stand-up's really good. He's really dynamic. Really cool. Striking.
I didn't really check out that fight, to be honest with you. I think I was like migrating from one place to watch the fights to another, so I didn't really see that fight.
Yeah, he looked really good, really sharp. Thiago Alves had a few good moments, did what he does, but he just didn't really have an answer.
Yeah, he's got
was piecing together really good combinations and really good on his feet.
I think he's gotten a little bit like older.
Obviously, yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely has gotten,
I'm sure some of that juice is also kind of worn.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since he's been on it, so it's almost like he should have gotten used to the way he fights by now, kind of like how Alistair did. Because Alistair's been off the juice for a minute, and he's actually gotten good. Yeah,
he's still been doing good.
Can't deny that skill he has, even though he's been on the juice. But Thiago Alves never really went back to the former fighting prowess he was in. Unfortunately,
and another disappointing moment for Brazil.
Yeah,
as Alexander Volkanovski
gets a decision win over Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo kind of sucked that night.
That was not a good fight for him. No, I think he didn't know what to do. He was very.
It seemed that way, and even he himself on some post-fight interviews, he mentioned that he's like, "This was my worst fight I've ever had." He's like, "I don't know what happened to me in there," and like
he was like gun shy.
Yeah, or something.
But I was saying, I don't know.
I mean, hats off to Alexander Volkanovski.
Oh yeah, he's
still showing off his skills. Definitely stuck to his
leg
game
kicks.
plan.
That was nice.
I mean, I feel like if Jose Aldo was literally like a deer in the headlights kind of thing and didn't like shoot a shot, Volkanovski, had he tried, maybe could have gone to knockout. But I'm sure he had the game plan. They stuck to it. They got the decision win. So hey, hats off to him. The biggest win of his career. And I mean, I feel like he doesn't get the title shot after the next title shot at featherweight announcement that we'll be talking about a little later. seems like a little bit of a crime in the featherweight division. I mean, there's nobody else.
So they've announced Frankie Edgar and Max Holloway.
Yeah. We'll talk about that a little bit later, though. But if Volkanovski doesn't get the winner of that, it's kind of a crime, especially in the featherweight division right now. I mean, they don't have they have a lot of prospects, but they have a lot of people building up their repertoire. But in terms of the next title contender, I think Volkanovski should wait for the winner of Edgar and Holloway, which isn't going to even take that long. I think they're fighting at the end of July. They made a makeshift 240 event at the end of July to make up for the event they couldn't have in January, the pay-per-view event.
240, July 27th.
Yeah, that's the only fight they have so far is the featherweight main event. But yeah, man, Volkanovski, bro. He got, actually, funny enough, he got a blood infection or something like that in his foot.
After the fight,
and he had to be hospitalized. I think he was already in the air when it was going on, and he had to land in Chile. It was crazy. Fucking A. Could have died. Infections are bad. For all of you, non-doctors out there.
Well, Jose Aldo had a knee infection just a little over a month before the fight.
Yeah, right. What's in the water in Rio?
He said that he couldn't even put his foot on the ground. He couldn't walk. He thought he had to pull out of the card.
That could have been a reason why Aldo fought so conservatively too. But I mean, regardless of that, he said he was okay, and it was but
all
the
fighters
ago.
say they're okay because they don't want to get yanked off the card.
I guess. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, and he definitely. I feel like had Aldo won this fight, I feel like this would have been the best time for him to retire in Rio with a win. Still the king of Rio.
Nah, it was not going to retire.
Yeah, I know. He still wants to fight until the end of 2019. I'm sure he's going to have one more fight. Whatever happens in that fight happens in that fight. But
I mean, they were definitely going. If Aldo won, they were going to make Edgar Holloway, 1,000%.
I think. Well, they still. I
don't know if they were going to make it anyway. I mean, they still made it, but I think
because it's so soon.
Volkanovski's infection made that easy.
I think maybe because it was so soon as well. Because I mean, it is the end of May. It's in 2 months. I mean, unless Volkanovski's completely fine after having a 15-round fight with one of the greatest of all time. I mean, he seemed okay. I mean, and you also have Donald Cerrone fighting Ferguson in a month's notice, but that Donald does that all the time. We'll talk about that a little later as well. But yeah, man, just Aldo did not look great. He was not 100%. And hopefully his next fight, whatever his next fight is, might be his last one. According to him, since he wants to retire at the end of 2019, hopefully it's a better one for him. Shouts out to Volkanovski, though, for getting a little bit lighter and basically becoming the number one contender in the featherweight division.
Yeah. And then we had also another Brazilian favorite, Anderson Silva.
Heartbreaking end to this fight. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Wasn't any crazy action during the fight. Janet Cannonier was, winning the fight pretty much anyway. But I wasn't even around.
Yeah, it was it was about to be. It was literally
end of the round. Yeah.
Yeah, 13 seconds to the end of the round. But yeah.
So yeah, he was landing a few kicks during the fight, but one in particular ended it. Very similar to what do you call it? Tyron Woodley and Carlos Condit.
Right.
There was a kick to the knee, although I think what do you call it? I think Tyron was to the outside of the leg. This one was to the inside. And Anderson Silva gets something. Something must have been.
Yeah, did they find out what it was? It's been a week. Has he? What did
ACL,
he tear something?
I don't know.
Did he tear something? Because I'm starting to think it was another. Cain Velasquez, I tore my knee situation with Francis Ngannou. Remember when Francis got him with that punch?
UFC, Anderson Silva says he's not retiring considering a rematch.
He has no plans to retire despite knee injury. Well, he did. Oh, I guess he did suffer a knee injury somehow.
MRI shows no damage to knee. What?
There you go.
How's that even possible? What the fuck happened to his knee?
Maybe he just felt something. Maybe he thought he felt like a pop, or he thought he felt.
He also didn't suffer any ligament damage. I don't know if that's some bullshit or if.
Is this MMA Mania? They're pretty good. MMA Mania has pretty their sources are pretty great. I mean, remember what happened with Cain and Francis Ngannou?
Oh, they're referencing MMA fighting too. So.
Well, they're remember Ngannou and Velasquez when they fought. Ngannou got him with that head. He got him with that head punch. Avoid serious injury. Yeah, see.
So I don't know what the fuck happened to his knee, but
he probably just felt something. He thought he felt. I mean, he's getting older. When you're older and you feel somebody younger than you, or somebody just much stronger than you hit you, I mean, it might have a different effect. Cain Velasquez thought he tore his knee open when he was fighting Francis Ngannou. That's why he like fell to the ground, and then Francis won the fight. And then come to realize that nothing happened to Cain's knee at all. Javier Mendez said that. He's like, yeah, nothing's wrong with his knee. His knee's perfectly fine. We took some X-rays. He's like, I don't know. He took a shot. His knee buckled underneath him. He thought something happened to it, but it was just one of those things.
Damn,
it's unfortunate. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate end to another pretty I guess important fight on the card for the Rio fans. But yeah, so far there have been, I think, 5 losses on the main card. 5 losses towards the main card for Brazilian hopefuls. But then in the main events, oh my! The
Brazilian did end up winning. Jessica Andrade drops Rose Namajunas on her fucking head and wins via KO.
Dangerous. That was really
that was. I mean, it's very unfortunate because Rose was looking amazing.
Rose was looking amazing during the whole fight.
Absolutely. Moving super well, throwing punches from different angles, and nonstop pace.
Crazy head movement, crazy pace.
Great movement.
Not slowing down.
And
looking like a champion.
Defended the other drop earlier, the other slam earlier very well.
She held on to the arm and was able to drag Jessica Andrade.
I don't know if Andrade maybe kind of realized, she was doing the same thing, which was going for the Kimura.
I think she dropped her probably a different way. Definitely dropped her.
Well, obviously, yeah. I think the other one was more on her back.
DC was talking about it because obviously DC is a guy who does it a lot. If somebody ever tries to get like wrist control on one arm, I realize that's what it is. Somebody always tries to get wrist control on one of Daniel Cormier's arms. That's when he picks him up and throws him on the ground because he can fucking do that. Pretty sure Andrade did the same thing. There was a breakdown that he did of her throw. I can't remember exactly what he said, but when Cormier was talking about it, he was like, "Oh, that's how that happened." I can't remember how it went down, but during the replay of the finish, Cormier explained that like Andrade moved her arm a different way and dropped Rose, and instead of like on her side, she kind of dropped it to his back or something, or she spun a different way to drop her on her head. Essentially, that's what happened. And then Rose didn't let go. Like, had Rose let go of her arm and tried to like maybe spin or like tuck her head in or something like that, I forget how he explained it, but she wouldn't have landed on the back of her neck. But yeah, like Andrade dropped her on her head a different way. In a very violent way, mind you, and now she is the new strawweight queen at the UFC. I mean, it's crazy. It's always crazy too to have somebody like with the power that Jessica Andrade be a champion. Just because, I mean, that's always the X factor, is that strength, that knockout power, that I can pick you up and drop you on your head factor. A person like that can do that at any time. That was the big deal with, like, Anthony Johnson, Francis Ngannou, all these big power punchers, John Lineker. Like, they can throw that punch at you and they can use their strength at any point in the fight, knock you out. And now they got somebody
Matt Hughes was excellent back in the day. He was the dropping people. His slam was like a signature thing. He won, which fight was that?
When he went against Carlos Newton.
Was it that one? Yeah.
When he powerbombed him, essentially? Yeah, I remember that fight. Yeah, he like powerbombed him. That's how he won the welterweight title. That's how he took the welterweight belt from Carlos Newton. But
right here.
Yeah, that one right there. It's one of the most memorable knockouts of all time. The powerbomb KO. But
that takes some strength.
Yeah, absolutely. To do that stuff. Jesus. And that's Matt Hughes deadlifted him while he was already on the ground.
On the freaking, he's like, no, you can't hold on.
And he was already deadlifted him square off of the ground and then slammed
And then I think he planned this because he was like, all right,
crazy.
Bam!
Boom.
Woo! And keep on, it is legal. There's nothing illegal about slamming someone.
No, there's not.
So if you get knocked the fuck out, that is on you.
But when you saw Rose's head hit the fucking back of that
I thought she broke her neck.
Yeah, it looked like she broke her neck.
Her head and neck was at like a 90-degree angle.
I mean, she woke up and she was fine, though. She seemed all right, but that was a really dangerous throw. I mean, Jessica Andrade has the title now. She's a friggin' force to be reckoned with, definitely.
Yeah, although now this is very good news for Joanna.
There you go.
Joanna's very happy.
I mean, Joanna's really happy.
The only person that could and has defeated Joanna in that division
Andrade, you mean? Andrade.
Huh?
Andrade, you mean?
No, I'm saying the only person that has defeated and in that Joanna in that division.
Oh, okay,
was Rose.
Joanna, right.
And now Rose is out of the picture. Not out of the picture, but she's not I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised they gave her an immediate rematch, but I don't think she wants that.
Yeah, Rose after the
based
fight,
on her post-fight interview and the
she was
conference
very
interview,
humble, and she was very much about not really having that whole like life. I mean, she
said there was like a weight off of her shoulders.
She's a chill person. She's she's very introverted. She's, she cares about her own like health. She's not really crazy on like, making a big deal about shit. She's not She's not
for the
part
drama,
of the,
for the spotlight.
She's not part of the Conor McGregor fan base in the world.
No.
Let's put it that way. I'm sure she respects Conor, but I'm sure his whole lifestyle.
I know we've seen over time. She's
Absolutely.
a very emotional person.
Yeah.
She's not. So she doesn't.
I mean,
I don't think she doesn't feel like. It doesn't seem like she feels like being a champion is good for her mental health.
Basically, yeah. But I mean, hey, that's all on her. Everybody can do as they want with their life, but. Kind of sucks just because she's so literally she's a world championship caliber fighter, and you want to see her fight the top fighters in the world and keep doing her thing and like all that stuff.
25, 26?
I think she's like 28, maybe
26.
26. Wow, yeah, 92. She's so young too.
Still got a couple of really good years.
Yeah, I mean, so far, she's had a great career so far. She won the belt, so even if she does go out,
she's only 8-4.
If she retires now, she won the belt. She got a payday, 2 paydays actually, because that rematch with Joanna, so that must have been big.
2 defenses, lost the
but no, I mean, if she doesn't want to fight anymore, or if she chooses to take a break, hey, that's definitely all on her. Would suck to see her step away from the fight game, but yeah, this does make for new title fights, like you said, Joanna against Jessica Andrade. The only person to beat Jessica Andrade at 115 is Joanna. So that is also another thing. I thought that's what you were going to bring up. The whole, Andrade has only lost to Joanna, so now, they're going to fight. That'll be really interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, Joanna's beaten her before, so that's a really good...
I'm sure if Rose doesn't get the rematch, that'll probably be it. That or, it could be the winner of...
No. Well, I think the clear one's going to be Tatiana Suarez.
Yes, the winner of Tatiana against Nina
Ansaroff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's definitely the number one contender. I mean... Yeah, Joanna, I think, got to kind of, at this point, get to the back of the line a little bit. She just had a fight, a champion.
I think they might do Joanna versus Karate Hottie.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and to see whoever would go against, let's say, whoever whoever is the next, let's say, title contender. I mean, or not even.
People were putting Karate Hottie in that title contention thing.
She's always been a top prospect.
Good, but
yeah, she's always
Suarez,
she's always one, 2 or 3 fights away from getting a title shot. But no, Suarez and
that
Nina.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
Nina has fought.
I don't think we've ever seen Joanna versus Karate Hottie. So.
No, we haven't. No, we have not.
Good.
But yeah, Nina versus Tatiana Suarez. That's definitely the next fight.
Imagine
to see who the top contender is.
Nina Ansaroff wins that fight, and then takes on whoever the champion is, and wins. Now that household now has 3 belts.
Got 3 Falcon belts underneath one household.
Jesus.
It's the greatest lesbian wedding of all time. That's what that is. They didn't get married yet officially, did they?
I have no idea.
Did they have the ceremony? I don't think they did.
Not sure.
I saw Amanda Nunes has new wedding bling right now.
His girlfriends.
Shining. I know they're definitely Yeah.
They announced an engagement in August last year.
They might be happening sometime soon, and it might be a secret wedding or something like that. But yeah, man, they get married.
Invite us.
3 titles.
We're great guys. We're good.
3 titles.
We're life at the party.
What? Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, we know how to have fun. We keep our hands to ourselves.
Definitely won't try
to
get anybody to switch teams.
I just want to, get drunk.
Yeah.
They make really good drinks.
Well, it's really good. I'm just there for the alcohol. That's
well, lesbians know how to drink good drinks.
Okay, is that a thing? I don't know that.
They know good drinks. Yeah, they have good drinks at their weddings. I've been to gay bars.
I've heard that lesbian weddings are the best place for drinks.
Yeah, I have. Really? Is that just me?
Are they all mixologists or something?
Well, no, it's just because the drinks are different colors and stuff. I like me a colorful drink.
Because it's color doesn't mean it's.
Yes, it does. I like me a colorful drink.
I've had some colorful drinks that have blacked me the fuck out.
Yeah, well, let's move on.
Whatever you do, don't drink from a fishbowl is what I'm saying.
Oh, no. Let's move on to a Bellator 221 that also occurred last week, or was it Friday? No, it was Friday, actually. No, it was last week. Last week?
Huh?
Last week. Friday? What was it?
Yeah, it was I think it was... No,
last week. Yep.
Yeah, it was last week, yeah.
Yep. Let's, we're going to take a look at what happened in the main event. 2 main events that occurred. Douglas Lima.
This was like spread out a little bit more.
Oh yeah, we could see what's his name. What's his face?
We had wait.
If you would have kept going, you would have.
All right, not as important. Yeah. So you had
my
Jake
boy
Hager,
Jack Swagger.
There's T.J. Jones.
Jack Swagger from WWE.
Yeah, that was
T.J. Jones. Gia.
That was interesting.
Doing it.
You know, Jake Hager versus the number 243 Magic the Gathering player in the world, T.J. Jones.
Ranked at 243, isn't it? He's not even the best at Magic the Gathering. Damn, not even nowhere near it.
This is one sweaty-looking individual.
I mean,
no offense to you, T.J. Jones, but I do think and I think it's pretty obvious, they're feeding Jake Hager.
Well, I mean, he's never had any. I don't think he's had any amateur fights.
No.
He's just been straight up 2-0 as a professional. Yeah, but I mean, you're in MMA. It's different.
Yeah, but
they're just giving him.
He's been in combat sports before.
They're clearly just giving him, like, feeding him people so that he could build up his repertoire. I would say, like, if not in the next fight, the 4th fight that he has in Bellator will definitely be against.
I think they're just going to like the local bar and
maybe. I mean, that's kind of what they did with this guy. It looks like T.J. Jones. I think he purposely had a hoodie and a hat on, looking like a
you see his entrance?
World of Warcraft fan.
His entrance was.
I did not see his entrance. I don't think I want to see his entrance.
What the fuck? I don't even know if you could find. Probably
not.
You can't even find anything about this guy. But yeah, very interesting. And then also, Jake Hager had a very interesting post-conference or post-fight interview. Where
he said something.
Also, it was a little weird because he
being erect or something like that.
He held onto the submission a little bit longer.
I did see that. Yeah.
So people didn't really like that, but he was saying that he thought that I think that he didn't realize that was the referee. Yeah. Pulling him. He thought that maybe that it was, I guess, T.J. Jones trying to pull his arm or whatever.
The man that was fighting and the referee are so weak. I thought it was one man.
So so after the post-fight interview, he claimed that he was rock hard with emotion.
I heard that. That was very odd.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
Rock hard with emotion.
Hey, some people get erect for different reasons.
There you go. I'm rock hard right now with emotion. That's what he says.
The WWE trained you for this, sir?
I got a phoner?
A phoner, he called it.
The fuck is a phoner?
I have no idea. Apparently the kids are using it. I doubt they are.
Is he trying to make it a thing?
I really don't. No, I think it's like a phoner.
Is that like fetch?
I think maybe go to like what's that dictionary they have? Yeah, there you go.
Phoner is an unexpected erection when one is encountered with or thinks about some kind of delicious food. Food boner. A fake boner. Wait. Because something about particular delicious food. Female version of a boner. A food boner. Okay, not saying that.
I guess he used the wrong terminology for his particular boner.
Regardless, he had an erection, everyone. Yep. So, apologies to maybe should apologize to TJ Bones. I was TJ Bones. I mean, maybe that was why maybe TJ Jones just wanted to get out of there. He was like, this guy's got a dick in my back. I do not want anything to do with this, so I'm just gonna tap.
Regardless. Congrats to Jake Hager, a.k.a. Jack Swagger. Hope you keep climbing up that heavyweight ladder in the Bellator organization, sir. Keep doing your thing.
AJ McKee wins via decision against Pat Curran.
Against Pat Curran. He remains
AJ
undefeated.
McKee's a good fighter.
Yeah, man, he remains undefeated. Young guy. I mean, he went against Pat Curran, who was... Pat Curran...
He's been around for a while.
Did he win a belt in Bellator? If he didn't win a belt in Bellator, like he definitely fought for one.
But he also had a brother, right?
Maybe? Does he?
I'm pretty sure.
Current MMA brothers?
That's Jeff Curran. Jeff Curran and Pat Curran.
So, I don't know where this guy fights, though. UFC once and lost. Oh, but he's a lot bigger. Oh, he used to be in the WEC. I see.
So yeah, he's fought for belts before. What's his name? Jeff Kern. Who is 41? I think he retired.
Good.
And then you got Pat Kern.
Sucks.
Who? Where you go here?
Yeah, he's been in Bellator for a bit.
Two-time featherweight world champion.
Two-time featherweight world champion. Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the next fight for AJ McKee will be for the featherweight
he beat Daniel Strauss for the belt. He also beat Joe Warren. Yeah, I remember Joe Warren. Yeah. Joe Warren. I'm not sure if he fights anymore.
He defeated Patricky Feely.
Yeah, he beat.
Oh wow.
Pitbull.
But he lost to Pitbull though, and then yeah.
He lost. Yeah, he's got some good ones. But yeah, so AJ McKee.
AJ McKee, I think, gets a title shot at featherweight. He goes against Patricky now, who is a friggin' champ. We'll talk about that. This is his biggest fight so far. Yeah, it looks that way. But then right after that, before we talk about the main event, the co-main at the welterweight Grand Prix semifinals, the big favorite to win the tournament, Michael Venom Page, not so much the favorite anymore, as he got KO'd and lost his first pro MMA bout to Douglas. What's his name? The Phenom, I think, right? Douglas the Phenom
right, yeah.
Lima. Yeah.
Douglas Lima,
Michael the former welterweight Bellator champion at welterweight. And yeah, man, caught Michael Page slipping, kicked him.
Yeah.
Michael Page fell on his knee, took a knee down, and then caught him with a freaking, I think it was an uppercut, right?
Yeah.
It was a uppercut, caught him right in the chin.
MVP was looking pretty good.
He was looking
pretty good. He had control of the fight for a while. He had landed some good shots and had
MVP's
Douglas Lima kind of wobbled.
As most of MVP's fights usually go, he controlled most of it, but
I think he got a little too cocky.
Confidence. I mean hey, that's the name of his game. That's his bread and butter is the confidence. So best way to beat him.
He got sloppy.
Best way to beat him is to use his confidence against him, which Douglas Lima did exactly that. If you check out our Instagram page, we have a cool little edit there by Rayrod747, I believe is his name. 747. Check him out. He does a lot of fun edits for Bellator and UFC events. But yeah, caught him for a right leg kick. The MVP's left leg. MVP had his that karate stance. He had that karate stance going. Douglas Lima caught him in that leg.
Slipped.
Knocked him down. Caught him on his knee, and then caught him with a right uppercut. And bam, that was all she wrote. He went down. Got him with two more rabid punches that kind of seemed unnecessary. But yeah, just making sure he didn't get up. And Michael Venom Page losing for the first time, and Douglas Lima going to the Bellator welterweight Grand Prix finals.
Yeah, MVP had a good outlook on that after losing. So he's confident he'll be back, and I'm sure he will be. That's a good sign.
Funny enough, that is
relatively
that's one
unexperienced
thing I'll give
the top guys.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll give him, and I'll give Conor McGregor is that when they lose humbly, and they're like, "Yeah, man, they got me. I got knocked out. What can I do?" And got to move on to the next one, kind of thing. Takes the criticism, balls it up, and then they get better at the gym. So we'll see what happens with MVP. But Douglas Lima moved on to the welterweight finals of the Grand Prix, and he will be facing whoever wins against the champ Rory McDonald and Neiman Gracie. Is that right? And Neiman Gracie, they'll be fighting, I think, in MSG in June. At the end of June or the end of July, I forget when, but they'll be fighting pretty soon. And they'll be facing. Douglas Lima will be facing whoever wins that in the finals of the Grand Prix. And now let's go to the first. Well, not the first, but the champ versus champ main event of the night. For the lightweight world title, Michael Chandler, the most winningest lightweight champion, I believe. And Patricky
Michael Chandler, I think, has won the belt 3 times.
Yeah, he's won the belt. He's the most. He's won the belt the most in Bellator. I don't think there's ever been a 3-time champion in any division. And went against the current featherweight champion in Patricky Pitbull. And Patricky Pitbull went up in weight. He went up to 155 pounds for the lightweight title. And kind of, I will say it kind of seems like
a little early stoppage.
Yeah,
for me.
A little bit. Unfortunately for me as well, it seemed like a bit of an early stoppage. I mean, Patricky got the overhand right, knocked down Chandler on his back. Chandler didn't really seem like he was out. He was kind of down, kind of trying to I don't know. didn't seem like he was out, and if he was out, he like immediately got back up. But yeah, they gave Patricky Feely the Bellator champ. He's now the second double champ in Bellator, next to Ryan Bader, who was the heavyweight and light heavyweight champion at Bellator. But yeah, it was a big grudge match at first. They went in because Chandler had beaten Patricky's older brother and knocked him out. And then they had some words. They fought before, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they fought before. I think Chandler was trying to go for Patricky's featherweight belt and lost to Patricky via decision.
So he's slamming no punches.
He was good. Yeah, he was good.
I mean, so that's rough because when you see Chandler, he looks out there. Like, right here, look. His hands are on the canvas. His face is on the canvas. He's not really moving. Mm-hmm. So the judge is going to see that. But he's also
hitting the back of his head.
Those are all the back of the head.
Yeah, those were like at least 2 or 3 illegal shots to the back of the head. So it's almost like the ref wasn't... I don't know. I don't even know who that referee is.
But also, like, as the ref...
came in, Chandler literally was getting up. Yeah, that's why it was like... What the hell? And even that, Patricky still got like one last shot while the referee was in between him.
Maybe he would have kept going. I don't know.
I don't know. It didn't seem like maybe he knocked him down again. I don't know. I gotta see. They gotta start keeping one camera on the person that gets knocked out so we can see exactly how they react to said knockout.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Goddamn allergies.
Yeah, that's funny. That last punch as he was getting up was also in the back of the head.
Yeah, that was another thing. It was a very odd cheap shot that he had going there. I mean, I think they had bad blood going into it, but
yeah, those are all pretty much back of the... I mean, it looked like maybe it could be in the back of the ear.
I mean, funny enough, this was kind of like another Cejudo Dillashaw incident where it seemed like, Dillashaw could have kept going. I feel like they need to kind of run it back, maybe.
Full of horse meat and...
Well, yeah, that was that was the reason then.
But yes, Chandler beat him. Wait, Patricky and Patricio is the same person, huh?
No, Patricky's different from Patricio.
Patricio's
the brother.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I was calling him Patricky earlier, but
I think I was calling him Patricky too.
I thought his brother was at a different name. I don't know why.
No, his brother's name is Patricky, and the featherweight champion is Patricio.
That's so confusing. Who are your parents?
I mean, the Nogueira brothers have the same names too. That's why they call him Big Nog and Little Nog. They're both Antonio Rogerio Nogueira. I think one of them is Rodrigo. Or their
middle name's different, huh?
Yeah, but that's still. Nog brothers, Christian brothers, Holiday Nog branded. That's funny.
Antonio Rogerio and Antonio Rodrigo. Yeah.
So yeah, the middle names are wrong. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, that's also very similar, which is stupid. Or your parents are stupid. You're stupid. Fuck all of you.
Wow.
I don't know. But yeah, so he beat his brother twice.
A legendary family.
He beat his brother twice, and now I guess his little brother got his
nose is fucked up.
Oh man, camera. Gross. Yeah. So now he's the double champ, and I'm sure Chandler will be looking for an immediate rematch. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be funny. They should. I mean, it just seems like.
Wait, Chandler had a fight after Primus. Yeah, he fought 2 fights before.
He fought 2 fights, and then he fought.
But Primus didn't fight at all.
And then he decisioned
in that time.
Yeah. But I mean, Primus was the one that got he got a really big win early on. Was it Primus got a win at some point? I think it was. Oh, it was at Birmingham.
Oh yeah.
When he got that Gogo Plata win.
That was after he lost.
Yeah, he went against Tom Wild at Bellator. Tim Wild? Tim Wild. Why did I say Time Wild? Tim Wild at Bellator Birmingham, which took place on May 4th. And he got a Gogo Plata fucking submission.
Oh yeah, that was. Yeah.
I haven't seen that in like a major MMA promotion in such a long time. Yeah, basically. But yeah, shouts out to him for that. But yeah, good night of fights at Bellator 221. Bellator's getting more exciting. Bellator's getting a lot more exciting, and people need to start paying attention to that. People need to start paying attention to KSW. People need to start paying attention to One Championship. But we'll get into some of those a little bit later. Let's move on to last night UFC Rochester. Big night of fights, bunch of fucking finishes, a lot of late finishes, and then kind of finishes spread all around. To be honest with you, Can we take a look over here?
Spread those finishes.
We posted a lot of these on our stories, so let me take a look over here. Yeah, Julio Arce getting the third round TKO victory over what was that guy's name? What are you doing?
Julian Erosa.
Julian Erosa. What are you doing? I'm looking at things, switching around stuff like it's a thing to do.
Like it's the thing
Fine.
to do.
I don't care actually. You're doing what you want. Pardon me, people out there listening. I have really bad allergies, and I just swallowed up a bunch of spit. Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah, shout out to Julio Arce with the third round head kick KO. It was a pretty back and forth fight. It was a really good back and forth fight.
His back against the fence too.
Yeah, man, his back was against the fence. Got for the 1-2 kick, the 1-2 high kick.
Left.
Landed it right on
the left kick.
Landed it right on his freaking dome. Knocked him clean out. Great way to start the night of fights.
Oh man, he looks rough. UFC was so excited they didn't even put a space between goodness and then his name.
My goodness.
It was so hype.
Yeah, and then Zach Cummings wins with a third round. Yeah, Zach Cummings wins then the next fight with a third round guillotine after knocking down. There's got to be a Twitter page where you can just like scroll up and down.
Right. Well,
I think ESPN maybe. Yeah,
UFC has like a bunch of them.
Yeah, just did that then.
Oh, and another one.
Yeah, got him with that, but then he got him in the guillotine,
bang.
and he did not let go of that guillotine. Wanted to get that
very
late
confident
stoppage.
in that guillotine.
Yeah, man. Fuck that.
Because he wasn't really like he hurt him, but he wasn't that fucked up. Like that wobbled him.
That wobbled him. That got him too, actually. Yeah, but that uppercut he did get him a little wobble too. But yeah,
like
that
he's there, he's pulling out, he's trying.
He definitely needs to get.
But he must have gotten that really deep, like immediately.
Yeah, man. Good for Zach Cummings getting the win last night in the prelims. Way to be.
Oh man, Cummins got, or the other Cummins without the G.
The other Cummings, Patrick Cummins,
the fuck out.
Got knocked the fuck out by Ed Herman. Shout out to Ed Herman with a great KO loss. Knee that looked like it kind of just grazed Patrick Cummings, like right on maybe the left side of his dome, like right around here. Just happened to graze this spot, and then Ed Herman saw him get wobbled. Man, just went in and just started hammer fisting on him and just knocked him clean.
Oh, nice uppercut by Cummins, and then
that knee literally grazed him just a tad.
That was like such a fun.
And Patrick Cummings stumbling back.
That'd be funny to like
and ground and pound to finish it off.
That'd be a funny meme. Like the knee is crazy. Like when he hits him with his knee, and like Cummins' reaction to it is like,
yeah, he probably thought he was all right, and then he's like, nope.
That was like a cartoon.
It's so crazy what must go through your mind when you get hit so hard that
nothing
wobbled like that.
You just see it freaking stars.
But yeah, great win there for
short fuse Ed Herman.
Ed Herman, shouts out to him.
He's still around, man. He's been banging for years.
UFC vet, still doing his thing. And then after that, was it Grant Dawson?
Grant Dawson submits Mike Triziano. I think it was a rear naked.
Yeah, I think Mike Triziano was undefeated. He's got a one under his lost column now. And goodness, and Grant Dawson.
Tuffalum.
Yeah,
not mistaken.
He was the one that he was like in two toughs ago.
Oh,
I remember where. I think Luis Pena was a part of it as well.
We had Michel Pereira with the fucking sick knee.
With the fucking sick knee, probably one of the best UFC debuts. Probably one of the best MMA debuts in a major organization ever.
Like that was like a nice combination where he throws the knee and then the straight punch.
Crazy too. He was
that straight.
That straight was like
gross.
It was like a Forrest Griffin straight. Shouts out to Forrest Griffin on the OG straight right, knocking people out.
Donk and then bong did it. Oh, and then he hits the back of his head on the thing too. That was.
Apparently, Michael Pereira, he was like really emotional and just like full of adrenaline the whole time. He like had a bit of an emotional moment before getting in the cage.
His debut, you know?
Did a couple of capoeira moves while they were announcing him, so you could tell his like blood was crazy pumping. Which
I think he was crying at when he as he was about to go in.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, dude, it's probably been. Oh, what's his record actually? I think he has a pretty big record. It's like 22 and something.
Let's ask Sherdog. 22-9.
22-9, dude. He's been around for a minute. Whenever I feel somebody has like a long tenure in MMA like that, I'm just like, man, dude, they must have been waiting
25.
They must have been waiting on that
record.
call.
Damn.
That's crazy. He must have been waiting on that call.
Fighting since he was a freaking kid.
Very exciting win for him, and very definitely like I said, probably one of the greatest UFC debuts ever. Probably next to what's his name?
Oh, actually, I mean,
Joe Lozon when he knocked out Jens Pulver. But yeah, not also was it a highlight reel knockout.
He's been fighting since he was 17.
Crazy. 8 years. 8 years already fighting in MMA, and this is his first fight in the UFC. Shout out to Michael Pereira.
Michel.
The Demolidor. And yeah, can't wait to see what happens with him next. A lot of exciting talent coming out of Brazil lately. A lot of exciting talent.
Like Johnny Walker, who just still doesn't have a fucking fight, and we have no idea what happened to his shoulder, and no one said anything, and why the fuck don't we know?
Damn.
Are you hiding something, Johnny Walker?
Wow, well, I guess.
Need to know, bro.
We got a fan who's really upset right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate for Danny Roberts to a welterweight, but yeah, Michael Pereira, welcome to the UFC, and can't wait to see who you fight next at 170. Desmond Green, a UFC Rochester native, gets the decision win over Charles Jourdain from
Quebec.
I think it's from Quebec, and boy, did people let him know that they did not like people from Canada and New York, Rochester.
Well, it's funny because they're right next to the border.
Yeah. So I don't understand that, but yeah, there's a whole lot of people booing and a whole lot of boos. I feel like he was one of the people who got booed the most last night, unfortunately for him. But hey, got Desmond Green.
We hate Putin.
I like Putin actually.
I hate Putin.
You're stupid.
It's really
Nobody
gross.
asked you anything.
I mean, I don't like gravy in general anyway. So.
I don't really like gravy in general too much either. But I mean,
love gravy
with fries and cheese. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, you get it on your sandwich. So.
Do I?
Yeah.
Which one?
I mean, you go to fucking
oh yeah,
Cherry Valley. You get the beast.
We should go to Cherry Valley today, bro.
Don't tell me that.
We got bikes. We could do it. No, actually, we probably
That'd
can't.
be a long ass bike ride.
Yeah,
especially we went west.
I forgot we were at. I'm not doing that. But anyway, shout out to Desmond Green getting the decision win last night. Back at home, the native boy. Let's see what happens with him in the future. Very exciting prospect. Then Aspen Ladd took the decision win over Sijara Eubanks. Yep. Very exciting fight among.
She's been
the two
putting up some W's. This Aspen Ladd, you know.
Yeah, Eubanks was attempting to fight at flyweight for quite some time, cutting a little bit too much weight, so she went up to bantamweight. But Aspen Ladd poured it on her a little bit too much, and really heavy grappling. And at the end of every round, they seemed to have like a good striking exchange, which was always exciting. Sijara won the one in the first round, which I'm pretty sure got Sijara the first round, the first round. But then in the second round, Aspen Ladd came back, got the better of the exchange at the end of the second round, and then got the better of the grappling as well. So yeah, shouts out to Aspen Ladd, another win for her. We follow her on Instagram, so
I follow us back. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe now Sijara Eubanks won't talk so much shit.
Damn. Davi Ramos defeats Austin Hubbard. He is now on a 4-fight win streak at 155.
Good decision win for Davi Ramos.
Yeah, he wasn't excited. He was saying in his post-fight interview, he was like, "That's not the fight that you guys want to see. That I wanted to do. I wanted to go for the knockout. He'll do better next time, whatever." But
you put him up against a top 15 person. Not to be top 10. Could be top 15, or maybe somebody who people know of, like in the lightweight division. The lightweight division is a very deep pool.
Not a guy with no profile picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was saying that his goal is Khabib, and that's good for anybody that wants to. Obviously he's not saying that he wants to fight Khabib right now, but he's saying that's his.
Whoever the champion is his goal.
Yeah,
it's a good way to keep things. But yeah, shout out to Davi Ramos with the decision win last night. The third fight in the trilogy of Charles Oliveira and Nick Lentz occurred last night as well, and Charles Oliveira's got some hands.
He's got some hands on him.
There's always been
he had some
always
limbs,
been
but
evidence. No, but I mean, there's always been evidence of Charles Oliveira's hands, but he's just never been able to, I think, put it all together.
I mean, you used to frequently see him get in trouble in those exchanges, and then
I don't think he likes to get hit too much,
and desperately go for some kind of takedown or something, or pull a guard.
I don't think he likes to get hit so much. I think that's his big thing. Anytime he gets hit, it's almost like he's been hurt like crazy, and then he kind of like crumbles. But he was the one getting the better of the exchanges last night against Nick Lentz, using his reach.
Carney.
Yeah, using his reach to his advantage to take the Carney down. Took him 2 rounds, but then eventually he landed I think it was a straight right.
Knock him the fuck out.
And then just started, hammer fisting him on the side of the head. Yeah, just kind of a TKO victory. Charles Oliveira definitely outclassed Nick Lentz, unfortunately for Nick Lentz. But, the Du Bronx getting the big win last night at lightweight and looking better at lightweight. Looking healthier.
What is that? Do Bronx?
Do Bronx? I'm fucking.
Why?
I don't know. Something that people say maybe in Brazil. You have different ways of doing things. They say things there differently. But yeah, shouts out to Charles Oliveira at lightweight. Maybe if he'll keep making noise at lightweight, and he looks a lot healthier. But
we had Vicente Luque against Derek Krantz.
Derek Krantz.
Nice,
Derek Krantz. Some
nice
of you
TKO victory for Vicente Luque.
Some of you may not know Derek Krantz, but he was we actually posted something about him in LFA. He had that crazy. Hold on, I think I saw it somewhere here. Did we post it, or did I just put it on as like a? Yeah, here it is. A couple weeks ago, actually April 3rd. Yeah, Derek Krantz was was it Derek Krantz? Yeah, he was the one who got that crazy super video game knockout at LFA, where the guy kind of peeled behind his knees and he still kept landing combinations on him.
Let me see that again.
Posted it on our social media page. You should know.
Damn, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
But you stopped me. I was watching it. It was almost. Now it's almost done.
Sorry.
That nice uppercut. Yeah.
Well, you have a phone too.
All right, fine. Well, yeah, but you already had a plan, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, Krantz got that KO on April 3rd or April 2nd in LFA. I guess this was his debut at the UFC, but unfortunately for him, he went against Vicente Luque. Started off strong, actually.
4 KOs in a row in that event.
Started off strong and landed a couple of shots on Vicente as soon as the first round landed. But yeah, son, you'll be doing that with somebody who has more experience than you, I guess, because you got those knockouts.
Yeah, so shout out to Vicente Luque
getting them with the first round TKO. Yeah,
he's got he's got a 5-fight win streak right now.
Nice.
With the last fight
with
being
the UFC too. Funny
enough. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Was that at lightweight? That was at lightweight, right?
That is, I think that was welterweight.
Welterweight. Yeah, you're right. Welterweight. Yes. Yeah. Hey, they got a welterweight there. They got a welterweight. Who else did they have at welterweight that made some noise? Had a couple of welterweights. Actually, welterweight's a pretty deep pool, so they could put him against a lot of people.
His last loss was to Leon Edwards. We haven't seen him fight yet.
Whatever.
But yeah, he's got a couple names on there. Chad the Priest, Nico Price, Brian Barberena. Derek Krantz is a newcomer, but
regardless, it's still 5 wins.
Let's
get him something in the top 15.
He is number 15 right now.
Nice.
He actually is number 15.
Awesome.
So
way to fucking be.
Let me see him coming up in the rankings soon.
Next fight,
you got Felicia
Spencer,
the Phenom,
the former Invicta featherweight champion, who's making her UFC debut against
Megan.
Another Invicta featherweight champion alum, Megan Anderson.
Megan
or Megan?
Megan.
Megan Anderson at featherweight, and Felicia Spencer getting the, I think it was first round.
Yeah, first round.
Rear naked. Naked. I'm still a fan.
Megan's got to work on her ground game. She's got.
Yeah, still a fan of Megan
great,
Anderson.
Crisp striking, but
yeah, definitely. And then Felicia Spencer, she's no slouch on the ground. She throws you down on the ground. She'll get a submission on you. So that was definitely a styles matchup. Felicia Spencer making her debut, and I'm liking this now because it's making more noise in the featherweight division. New prospect, new blood coming in. We'll see what happens here. Like we said, hopefully Megan will get better ground game. But shouts out to Felicia Spencer. She follows us, and me and her had a little quick back and forth about Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier's interim lightweight fight. No big deal. I just happened to be talking to a UFC.
Just rub it up, buzz. Worry about it. Nice flex.
But yeah, shouts out to the Phenom though. First round. Congrats on the awesome debut. We hope to see a lot more of you in the UFC. And a great show of class afterwards by Megan Anderson too, giving her a good hug and telling her, yeah, great fight. So that's always good to see. Always good to see these kinds of things happen.
Then also, Cyborg went to Twitter to call out Felicia Spencer. Wants to fight her.
That was very interesting. It's a very interesting fight because one, Felicia Spencer is crazy on the ground, and Cyborg is known for her striking, so that's another styles matchup.
You can take her down.
Yeah, that's another styles matchup that I would definitely like to see. I mean, imagine Felicia Spencer, her second fight in the UFC, and she beats the former featherweight champion Chris Cyborg. I mean, that's got to skyrocket her up to fucking fight Amanda Nunes for the featherweight strap, especially if Amanda Nunes plans on defending that after her fight with Holly Holm. That'll take place in July.
But yeah, I don't know. Felicia Spencer's fresh in the UFC. It's tough. There's not a lot of like warm up fights.
Yeah,
in that division,
they kind of just throw you in.
Yeah,
throw you into the fire. But hey, man, she had a great showing last night with Megan Anderson, and let's hope they put her up against someone else that'll get her a quick title shot.
And then Ian Heinisch defeats Antonio Carlos Jr.
Middleweight
via decision.
The
middleweight division.
Jake Matthews. Is it Jake Matthews or Jack Matthews? Jack Herman?
Dave Matthews, man?
No. The guy who went against Jacare.
Bro, recently?
Yeah, the guy who beat Jacare and totally screwed up the middleweight division as it stands.
Damn it! Yeah,
what's his name again? Jake something. I'll find him actually right here. Oh no, here it is. I got it. Jake Hermanson. Yeah, Jack Hermanson. Why did I say Jake? Yeah.
Probably thinking Jake Hager.
Yeah, probably. Jack Hermanson. I think that would be a good fight. Jack Hermanson against what was this guy? Ian Heinisch. Yeah, just because they're both kind of like not new, but you know they're just like making noise recently.
Yeah, but I think what's his face is way higher in the rankings.
Who's that?
Jack Hermanson.
Yeah, this is true. Just seems like a good. I mean, unless they give him he's got a lot of win. Does he?
I mean, he's won his last 4. He's got a win over David Branch, Tail Latis.
Yeah, that's true. No, he's got a couple of wins. I guess he's like a little bit higher.
Thiago Santos.
So no, yeah, you're right. He may have a couple of wins. He may have a more of a case to get a top 10 prospect than Heinisch does.
Yeah, he's ranked number 5.
All right. Well, shut me the fuck up. I guess, yeah.
Heinisch, shut the fuck up.
All right, come on. All right. Well, the Hurricane Heinisch with a great win last night over Carlos Ferrer. And
you make great ketchup.
What?
No, it's
Antonio Carlos
Heinz.
Jr. What did I call him? Something different. Well, whatever.
And then in the main event,
Rafael dos Anjos against Kevin Lee.
Kevin Lee got really lucky getting this fight, I think. Being that RDA is, I mean, it kind of makes sense, both former lightweights. So, you know, a smaller-ish lightweight to our welterweight.
Well, Rafael is like ranked number 3.
He's number 3 right now. So
yes, he is.
To jump into a new division and get number 3,
quite interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, also, you know, Anthony Pettis beat Stephen Thompson. This is kind of weird, right? You got Anthony Pettis below Stephen Thompson?
Yeah, that's interesting too. I don't get it either. Maybe they're gonna I'm sure they'll redo the rankings on Monday or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean that fight was like a month ago.
Because people are dumb.
But yeah, I mean at the time, I think Thompson was like 3 or 4 or something.
Right.
And Pettis got that fight, so I mean I guess nothing's crazy. And then, but RDA did defeat Kevin Lee pretty handedly. He
4th round, right? Or 3rd round?
I think that was the 4th round. Yeah, 4th round.
Let's take a look at our scores.
4th round submission.
Whoa! What is this? There was some. Damn it! I just saw a post.
The shots being traded back and forth. I think RDA really got the better of him though. RDA got taken down, I think, a few times, but also got his own takedowns. And took down Kevin Lee more than he's ever been taken down previously in a UFC fight.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Kevin Lee, man. He doesn't have a home at 155, 170. Maybe he hasn't really like worked out the kinks. He gets like tired real quickly. Maybe he's got too much muscle. I don't know what it is.
I mean, he definitely got too tired in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, you saw him by the end of the 3rd round. He was sitting in his chair, just like slumped over, looking at the ground.
I mean, he's also isn't as experienced in the 5-round fights as RDA. RDA, I think his last like 3 or 4 fights were 5-rounders. So,
right.
He's been there before. Kevin Lee's still pretty new to that. To the main events.
That is true. Yeah, definitely. Like we said, though, it seems like they threw Kevin Lee into the welterweight waters pretty quickly to see how he does. I mean, it worked out for Anthony Pettis, but I guess it didn't work out for Kevin Lee. We'll see what happens from here, because right now, I can't believe I forgot to check.
I don't know who RDA's going to fight.
Yeah, I mean, Usman is the champion now, so if RDA gets one more fight against somebody, maybe he'll be able to.
Colby's fighting Usman. Woodley was supposed to fight Robbie Lawler, but Woodley's now injured.
That was announced yesterday.
What's his name? Ponzinibbio wanted to take over or jump in there to fight
Robbie Lawler.
But I think Robbie Lawler says he wants to wait.
It sucks.
Or something like that.
I thought they were gonna find him a replacement fight.
Yeah, I mean,
still got a good amount of time. Ponzinibbio would be a good one. Do knockout artist. Why not?
Details why he dropped out. So let's see what was the exact reason, because
his hand or something like that.
Out. Yeah, hand issues.
His hand. Yeah.
I don't know. Seemed like the entire welterweight division was volunteering to step in.
Yeah, I mean, people want to get that fight. People want that title shot. Kamaru Usman is a new champion.
To get if they can beat him.
No, absolutely.
Darren Till wanted to fight him. As long as it's 175 pounds. Shut the fuck up. In that Mania, the Robbie Lawler sweepstakes has begun. But yeah, I'm not sure if what they're gonna do there. They might just hold out. That was supposed to be for June 29th. So, you're looking at a little over a month.
Yeah, so I think maybe somebody, if they wanted to, they could literally step in now and they have like a 6-week
you get over a month and you want to fight at 175. Come on, bro. I don't know if Till's meant for this division.
He's not.
He's too big.
He should be at middleweight, but he's trying to cut down as much as he can. He's
probably depleting himself.
He's gonna lose a couple more times, I think, at welterweight before he goes up to middleweight, and then I don't know. I mean, he has legal issues as well. Now. He's got some legal issues as well.
The trashed that hotel and stole a cab or something.
Yeah, who steals a cab?
I don't know. He's a madman. He's a mad lad. But yeah, that's it for UFC Rochester. See what happens.
Let's see what happens with RDA. Yeah, right now.
Last week,
who would RDA fight right now?
I don't know.
Maybe Darren Till. Did he go against Darren Till actually?
No.
Maybe Darren Till. Who could fight Darren Till now? Darren Till lost. He was number 2.
Maybe the winner of Ben Askren.
Leon Edwards, maybe. If Leon Edwards wants to fight Dos Anjos, that could make sense.
I think, what about the winner of Ben Askren, Jorge Masvidal?
I think whoever wins that will get a title shot. I think that'll be the next, because, I mean, Tyron's injured right now. He's not going to be, no one's going to be able to fight Tyron to get an immediate title shot or something like that. I feel like whoever wins Jorge and Ben Askren will be next in line after Colby. I mean, who else really is there? Maybe Ponzinibbio, but Ponzinibbio needs to fight Robbie Lawler. Or Ponzinibbio, could fight Dos Anjos, but he needs to get that win. Need to get that win, homie.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, but let's chat about ONE FC. They had an event.
Yeah, they had an event
last week. One Enter the Dragon.
2 main things that happened. Serge
Northcutt.
Yeah, Sage Northcutt had his debut.
Wow, surgery to repair facial fracture
against a Muay Thai champion, mind you, in Alexander. Oh my god, I can't believe I keep forgetting his name.
He looks way bigger than Sage.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he
broke his orbital button. He broke his orbital bone. His left socket orbital. That was the same injury that Cub Swanson got when he lost to Jose Aldo at WEC. Remember that knee Jose Aldo landed on Cub Swanson?
Oh shit! They have the fucking
same thing. Yeah, it's right there. Look at his left eye. Look at the left eye socket right there. Boom! That whole thing right there. Whole thing is messed up.
Scan right there. Fucking X-ray.
Nuts. He cracked that whole left side right here.
You see how swollen his face is.
Yeah, I gotta post that photo later on.
But he's still there with the thumbs up. Like,
Hey man. God bless him. He's the nicest guy in the world. I feel bad for him. I don't understand why the only reason people hate him is because Dana White wanted to skyrocket him to stardom. But I don't have a problem with him. Poor guy.
He's a nice kid. He's like, thanks, Mr. Alexander.
Yeah, Cosmo Alexander. There you go.
Punching my face in.
Cosmo Alexander. Yeah, Cosmo Alexander. He's really big in Muay Thai. He's like a former world champion. He was no slouch. Anybody who knows MMA and follows Muay Thai and does Glory or any of those kinds of fighting organizations knows that Cosmo Alexander was definitely a formidable opponent for Sage Northcutt. But another unfortunate debut for another UFC alum in one championship. Begs the question: does the UFC have the best talent in the world? I mean, I know they have the influx of the most talent from around the world, but I mean, are their champions really the best champions? Or
I'm sure there's got to be,
Got to be a handful of
outside
people
of
in other
the promotion
organizations
that's better.
that can do better.
That might be
Absolutely.
better, or
Yeah,
compete
yeah.
with them. You know.
Right.
Wrestling ace or BJJ ace Gary Tonin defeated Yoshiki Nakahara via submission in round 1.
Was that a big deal?
I mean, well, he's a prospect. He's a really well known BJJ artist. So it was, I guess, pretty big. He's 5-0 now. He got a good. If you see this one, this was a really good heel hook. Grabbed that leg, just stayed on it, and then just,
man,
and then, nope. He's like, nope, you're not getting out.
Oh, I think I did see that actually. Yeah, that was a really good. And I was at this. Yeah, really good. Tuck down.
Went for it. He went straight for it. He was like, I'm getting leg locks now. We're getting right straight for this fucking heel hook.
Are we doing leg locks now?
On that heel hook and not letting go. Cranked it. So congrats to him. Who else do we have, really? I mean, Sage Northcutt, unfortunately.
Lost in his debut, unfortunate for him.
Yeah,
but
the
big news of the night.
Event.
Yeah, the lightweight world championship for one championship. Shinya Aoki. Anybody who knows anything about MMA knows that name, and if you don't know the name, then you don't know shit about MMA. Shinya Aoki has been one of the biggest champions in the lightweight and featherweight division outside of the UFC. He's won championships in Dream. I think he's fought for titles at Bellator and Strikeforce. He's been around for a real long time. Multi-world champion. Won the world title at an event they had, I think it was in March, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that first big card, A New Era. Shinya Aoki won the lightweight title then in the main event, and this time fought against Christian Lee, younger brother, 20-year-old brother of Angela Lee, the strawweight champion, who was a big phenom over there and won championship, making big noise for herself. He won the title. During the first round, Shinya Aoki, who, mind you, he's got to be like a 3rd degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? Or like 2nd degree. He's got stripes in the black belt, in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. So let me see what is his
yeah, black belt in judo, black belt in jiu-jitsu.
But not like a 2nd degree or 3rd degree, none of that.
Motherfucker, he's just
black belt nonetheless. Had an armbar on Christian Lee, and you know, once a black belt gets an armbar on you, that's pretty much it. But Christian Lee fucking stuck through it like a tough motherfucker and was able to get out of the hold. God bless him. Was able to get out of the hold, and then afterwards live through the first round. That was a real tight look. He had him in that shit.
Rolled him,
had him in the armbar, was on top. But Christian Lee was like, nah, man, I can't lose this one. I'm pretty sure
it was like the way that his arm, I think it's the angle, like not the angle, but the rotation of the arm.
Yeah, right.
He was in a spot where it just wasn't, like, it didn't have enough leverage.
He was able to rotate a bit and get his
get back on his back.
His right side on Shinya Aoki's that kind of right side, so to speak. So they were like parallel to each other, and was able to slip his arm out. Shinya Aoki,
young man flexibility.
Yeah, man. There you go.
And then
in the second round, laid a flurry of punches on Shinya Aoki, knocking him down to the ground. Kind of a bit, just a tad bit of an early stoppage. You gotta
put your hands up, bro. You gotta put those hands up, buddy.
He wasn't that. I think that was the big thing.
Like his hands down, dunk.
He didn't have his hands up, and he got like 5 clean shots on him.
Dunk.
I think it could have gone a little bit more, just because like Shinya Aoki was still awake, but he did take 5 unanswered strikes back to back. So yeah.
Oh, that was it for him.
But big win for Christian Lee and the Lee camp. Shout outs to the Lee camp, Angela and Christian Lee. Now the first
2 belts in one family.
2 belts in one family. Is that the first time that's ever happened in a major MMA promotion? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think we've ever had 2 siblings
have belts at the same time.
I'm pretty sure we've had that in like different organizations. Never in the same one though. But yeah, big win.
Or even have there been even 2 belts in one family, like not even at the same time, but ever, like
the Shamrocks.
Yeah.
The Emelianenkos.
But in a major organization?
Well, I mean, maybe Pride. No,
I don't think. What is it, Alexander Emelianenko? I don't think he won a belt.
No, he didn't win a belt, and Ninja Hua never won a belt either. No. So no, yeah, I don't really think so. But yeah,
Nate never won a belt.
Yeah, man. But shouts out to Christian Lee.
But if you are listening and you do know of a family that did have 2 belts.
Same time, the same promotion. Let us know. any way that you want to?
I'll shout you out next time.
Or we'll shout out you telling us one better.
So yeah, good luck. Good looks. One championship. Keep your shit going. Put on entertaining shows. Getting some good talent in there. Looking forward to the next one. There were a lot of fight announcements recently.
There were a lot of fight announcements recently. One of
the big ones we might have mentioned earlier is Max Holloway and Frankie Edgar.
Featherweight title.
So that's a fight that has they've tried to make twice before. This is the third time. Due to circumstances.
People pulling out and people getting injured, things of that nature. Blah 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 blah.
So one person that is not too happy about this is Alex Volkanovski, who defeated Jose Aldo. Many thought that would have been his. Put him in title contention.
Well, it does, but I mean, right now with his whole foot
make
being
him
infected,
the number one contender.
Well, with his whole foot being infected kind of thing, I doubt that he'd want to fight so soon. Well, I mean, actually, it's at the end of July, so he would have like a good 8 week. Yeah, he could have a good 2 weeks.
I don't know how bad the infection is.
That's also another thing, yeah.
But he is better now that he was able to go home, clear to fly. I just don't know how long it's going to take. I mean, what's it called? Jose Aldo had a knee infection just over a month, before their fight. So
there you go. I mean, for all we know, that could have played a factor in Jose Aldo.
We did see a gross ass picture. You saw the picture of his foot?
No, I didn't actually. Is there a photo of it? We're gonna see a photo of the foot, guys. You guys aren't gonna see it, but I am. Yeah.
I love feet. What?
Damn. Yeah, Max Holloway is now going to defend his featherweight strap against Frankie the Answer Edgar at UFC 240, which will take place July 27th in Edmonton.
I guess it's not terribly gross, but you see how swollen
Jesus, that looks so. Why is it so big?
Yeah, like isn't the foot supposed to be kind of like an L shape?
Yeah, it is.
It looks like a triangle.
It does. It's a very triangular. Odd. Ugh, it's so weird. So big.
Like, hey guys, I'm alive.
He's like, I'm alright though. I'm alive. No, motherfucker, you can't walk. You couldn't walk if you tried.
I couldn't leave the country, but fuck off. How about that?
Get your cursor off of it.
IG. Fuck my D.
No, thank you.
Did it show? Oh yeah, he showed it there. Like, hey guys, here's my disgusting ass foot.
Yeah, I think it's pretty big.
Was it both feet? Oh no,
no, it's just the one foot. And you just switched. Yeah, that's a pretty big. That's a horrible infection.
Ew.
Even so, he needs to be.
That's just from an infection. That's not like.
Regardless of anything, he needs to be on like antibiotics for like a week or two at least to like get that shit swollen down. If he thinks he's just gonna be able to be fine for the end of July, I mean, he could be, but does he really want to compromise himself for a title fight? I think he should take some time, let the Frankie Edgar Max Holloway fight occur. And then try to get whoever wins that, like, immediately afterwards, like in October or like the end of September, something like that.
Yeah.
And one of the upcoming UFCs, maybe UFC 243, 244, like whichever one were to come up. But yeah, man, if anything,
really
just
exciting one.
Get healthy, son, and then you'll be all right.
Yeah, we're gonna see him. He'll probably fight the winner of that.
Did you say exciting?
Yes, another exciting bout, or actually two really exciting bouts coming up. Or I guess a few more. You got Tony Ferguson and Don Cerrone. The Cowboy versus El Cucuy.
Excited.
That's gonna be fireworks.
It's funny because both of them wanted Conor. They're like, I'm not fighting for the title unless I'm fighting Conor.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you guys just fight each other?
Pretty.
What's hilarious is that's one thing I didn't think about. I guess I didn't really think about Ferguson versus Cerrone. Maybe because Cerrone wasn't like at the top 3 of the lightweight division at the moment.
Right, but after beating Iaquinta,
getting that big win, that was not bad.
Now it's like, okay, he's there.
Now he's definitely there, under there with the guys. Iaquinta, I think, took a couple pegs down. Fuck Conor McGregor. He hasn't been seen or heard from, so I don't think we're going to see or hear from him in a while.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I think he's waiting for
Maybe, all right, so
I think he's waiting to see if somebody could beat Khabib, whether it's Tony.
And then now he's like, Khabib's not the champion anymore.
He's not the champion anymore. Let me get a title shot. Why not? People will pay millions to see a title shot between me and Ferguson, or me and Donald Cerrone, or me and.
He's like, Cerrone was just. So imagine Cerrone wins. Cerrone goes on, he beats Khabib. Now he's like, listen, Cerrone was calling me out just like a
Poirier. Wow, I couldn't.
Oh, we forgot about Poirier.
I couldn't think about who was the interim champion. I was
just thinking because like Cerrone already called him out, so maybe he was like,
he literally has.
Or maybe Poirier wins, and he's like, listen, I already beat this guy.
Fuck that.
Before, let me jump in there.
Fuck all that. Yeah, it's all kind of right now. It's all planning out very well for Conor to get a title shot with anybody who could beat Khabib.
Nobody wants to see that fight again.
Yeah, I don't want to see that fight again.
Or really him against.
I mean, I want to see Conor fight again, but just so everybody understands that Conor is not that great. I feel like if Conor goes against Tony Ferguson, not something very similar to what happened with Khabib and Conor will happen, but I get the feeling that Ferguson will have Conor's number.
I think he's very good at stand-up, at MMA boxing. I think he's very good. I do not think he is very well-rounded, though.
Well, I mean, he couldn't get a submission in on Max Holloway when he was on top of him for like 2 rounds at featherweight.
No, and that
was back when Max Holloway wasn't that great at his ground game.
His ground game is poor, and his cardio is kind of poor. So it's just like, that's why it's tough against someone like Nate Diaz.
I mean, but
because
Conor's game is crazy because Conor's all about those mind games. Conor is all about getting inside of your head and like making you lose the fight before you even get there with him, kind of thing. So that would be his bread and butter against anybody.
He bettered Nate Diaz on the feet until he got tired.
Yeah.
And then when he gets tired,
but it's the thing though, you can't go punch for punch with Nate Diaz.
He's gonna take all those punches
unless you fucking kick him with your shin in the head like Josh Thompson did.
He's got a fucking thick ass skull. And he's gonna take all those punches.
Thick ass fucking skull.
He's gonna eat all of those.
But that's an amazing freaking fight. I definitely.
But I would watch him against against a Poirier or Ferguson or Cerrone. I think those would be really fun fights. But against a wrestler, no, thank you.
Not to deviate away from what we were talking about before, though. Yeah, Ferguson versus Cerrone is definitely an exciting fight. That could be a fucking.
That's gonna be the next.
Could be a main adventure. Funny enough,
that's definitely the next title fight.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, fuck, man.
Or number one contender, and that's gonna be June. Damn, that's really quick.
It's really quick. Yeah.
They announced this last week.
Cerrone has a quick turnaround.
About a month.
They're fighting at 238, bro.
Ferguson, I mean, he's been itching to get in there.
38, yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, he's had his own issues lately with his mental health and stuff.
Well,
luckily, right now, everything is looking up for him.
It wasn't all that long ago, so I hope things are okay. But he did, I guess, pass whatever kind of
things seems to be looking up for him. Yeah, his wife took off that
restraining order.
That restraining order away from him, thankfully. And he met with the UFC brass, him and his new management company. So things seem to be looking up. Seemed to be looking positive
for you, Tony. Hope everything goes well.
Very
Still
good.
using too many hashtags in your posts, but or such weird
capital letters on every single word that he writes. Only a psychopath does that.
Very funny captions. Very interesting captions. But yeah, that's gonna be fucking sick. Another sick fight is Anthony Pettis and Nate Diaz.
What?
Interestingly enough, that's gonna be at 170.
Pettis
said that he was going to go back to 155, but they were like, "Hey, Nate wants to fight at 170. You want to fight him? Oh, okay."
He's like, all right, I'll fight that motherfucker. That's a money fight.
That's going to be a really fun fight.
That's going to be at. Where's that going to be at? I apologize.
I don't really know if that's
going to be at 241 for Cormier and Stipe too.
Oh. That's also a fight that was, I don't know if we talked about it earlier.
No, we haven't spoken about it, but it did.
But that was also announced yesterday. Stipe got his title shot
throughout the week. Yeah.
He finally, he waited and waited, and he came
Brock Lesnar fucking did exactly what
he we did talk about it. Yeah,
we did talk about it. I did talk about how much I hate him. Because it's about how much I hate him.
Up the division.
He's the worst. He has to go back to the
woods. Blades wasn't very happy.
Go have sex with your hot wife and just live the rest of your days in the woods.
Yeah, go live on a farm and shoot pigs.
Hunting deer.
Fish.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, Anthony Pettis versus Nate Diaz. That's going to be very exciting.
That's not really doesn't do much for the division.
I think it's a grudge match more so. It seems more like a grudge match that you just made for the welterweight division. I mean, if Nate Diaz wins, what he's going to fight fucking.
It's a fight that these were both two top lightweights that just never fought.
They always used to talk shit about each other though on Twitter. They always used to talk shit.
I feel like they might have. They were like maybe had a verbal fight or a verbal. Thing before, but they never fought.
Yeah,
so that's interesting, and it's glad to see Nate's back. Hopefully, he doesn't start fucking talking shit about.
Nah, man, they need to give me more money. I'm in the co-main.
Jump out of there. But what's interesting is, I think maybe if Nate wins the fight, maybe Conor comes back and he fights with Nate because now he's like, all right, Nate's kind of more relevant again. He just got a win. He's back, so let me fight. Do the trilogy.
I guess. I mean,
that'd probably be a big money fight.
Yeah, that would be the only money fight that wouldn't have a title, so that makes sense. I mean, it's just like Nate Diaz,
like the People's Champion,
McGregor.
Oh shit! Imagine they fight for a 165 pound. That's the 165 pound. Oh,
that would be so.
That would be interesting.
That would be a slap to RDA, Kevin Lee, Dustin Poirier's face because they've been trying to make the 165 division. All of a sudden, Conor McGregor's like, "Listen, Dana, we need to make this 165-pound division. I think that's a good division for me, and I think it's a good division for da 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 da."
I could 1,000% see them doing that. Now I'm not saying I don't see them doing it, but if there was a fight that they would do for that, that's the fight.
That is true. The 165-pound title.
He's like, listen, we fought at 170 before, but Conor's a little small for 170. Nate's a little big for 155. Let's just do 165. Have that trilogy. We're going to break pay-per-view records. Conor will get the main
for a
event.
165 belt, for the inaugural 165.
Inaugural 155. It could be on pay-per-view. Conor will have his main event and title shot.
So funny.
It'll be huge.
I don't think they're going to make that happen, though.
Proper 12 fucking everywhere.
Unless Nate and, Conor really freaking campaign for that shit and really and then get
but they can do that easily.
And get the people at ESPN to agree with them. Unless it's everyone against Dana White, I don't see them doing a 165-pound belt. Yeah,
but we've seen Dana White
fold
a lot. I mean, now that
when money's involved, especially,
now that the UFC got bought, he could say one thing, but if they're gonna make enough money on it, they're gonna
do it.
He's talked a lot of shit about shit that
you ain't never lie, my friend. But yeah, man. But still, Anthony Pettis and Nate Diaz is still going to be a very that'll be a very exciting fight.
Oh, we were talking about it earlier. Tyron Woodley got had to pull out.
So now Robbie Lawler's looking for a replacement, but it seems like Robbie Lawler won't get a replacement, so they might.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people want to fight him. You know, it's a big fight to win.
Main event a fucking card. Why not? And go against the former champion Robbie Lawler. That's always great.
But RDA just fought. I don't think he's gonna get that fight. Darren Till wants that fight. Ponzinibbio gets that fight. I haven't seen Ponzinibbio in a while, so I don't know.
We'll see what happens. But
I don't think.
Any other good fights that have been announced?
I got announced.
Nothing else really huge.
No. All right, so I mean, we'll start wrapping it up. Another fight happened yesterday that was really short, really sweet. The bronze bomber.
Let's take a trip over to boxing for a little while, ladies and gentlemen. Deontay Wilder,
one of the kings, one of the kings
of the heavyweight division.
Heavyweight boxing.
Man. You got the Gypsy
because
King.
It's just kind of hard to.
You got the king in the West Coast, Deontay Wilder with the WBC belts, and then you got the king of basically the rest of the world, Anthony Joshua. They're all up there, but they all have different freaking contracts with different organizations, and it just makes it more difficult for either one of them to fight each other. So it's just boxing's annoying, a lot. Boxing is really annoying, so that's why we don't talk about it too much on the show. But I mean, Deontay Wilder with a straight overhand right. Was that even an overhand right?
My God,
that wasn't even a straight overhand right. That was just a straight right. It wasn't even overhand. He just straight down the pipe, laid it on Dominic Brazil, knocked him out in the first round. Yeah. First round knockout. Haven't seen that in a minute in a heavyweight title fight.
I mean, yeah, but it's just
Wilder just.
That's what Wilder's about.
It's not even a heavyweight, dude. He's not even a heavyweight, man. He's a cruiserweight. He's rightfully a cruiserweight. I think he maxes out at 225 or 220. Deontay Wilder. He's just knocking knocking down these dudes who have 20, 30 pounds on him. He's just knocking them out with one punch. Look at that.
Wow. Brazil's no slouch. He's he's had his only losses
are to
Anthony. No, he didn't lose. Joshua. Lost to Joshua and Wilder now.
Wow.
So
it's just right now the heavyweight division is at a very prime spot where it has three people. Either one of them, you could make 3 different types of fights. Make Wilder against Fury, Wilder against Joshua, or Joshua versus Fury. And it doesn't matter which one of these 3 fights you make. They're all going to make millions and millions of dollars. And then you could just work your way down the bracket. I think the best thing to do is you want to do Tyson versus Deontay. You definitely want to do that. But if you do Deontay versus Joshua first, you get an undisputed champion. You get an undisputed champion for the first time in heavyweight. You get an undisputed champion for the first time since Klitschko. And then whoever wins that goes against Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. And, I mean, if you want Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury too, you can do that also. And whoever wins that goes against Anthony Joshua. There's really no bad way to look at this.
Yeah, it's just tough. Yeah, they're all
It's
all
all about the negotiations. It's all about the money. It's all about who. Ugh.
So
my dick is this long.
Look,
well, my dick is this long.
That was his 9th consecutive title defense.
Deontay?
Yeah, so he's tied with Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, and Lennox Lewis on the all-time heavyweights. There have been more by other divisions, but there's also heavyweights who are ahead of Wilder, Larry Holmes. That's just ahead of Wilder. So yeah, there's some more: Larry Holmes, Vladimir Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko, Tommy Burns, and Ali 10 in his second reign. Oh, so okay, that was during Muhammad Ali's first title reign. But he'll tie him if he gets one more fight.
Deontay Wilder now has a 95.2% knockout rate, the third highest among current title holders. The only other person that has a 0.3% higher than him in the heavyweight division is Anthony Joshua.
Ooh.
Interesting. Quite interesting. And the person with the highest percentage, I guess, has gotten just total knockout wins is Artur Beterbiev at light heavyweight. Which I think, he's the guy who knocked out what's-his-face for the light heavyweight title. The guy who is the antagonist in Creed. He's a real boxer, and unfortunately I can't remember his name. But yeah, the guy who's the antagonist in the first Creed movie. Yeah, this guy knocked out I think he knocked out Go Up. Oh, no, he didn't knock him out. No, he didn't knock him out. All right, I'm thinking about someone different then. But yeah,
but he's a 14-0.
Yeah, man, knocking motherfuckers out left and right.
But yeah,
man, an exciting time in boxing, an exciting time in heavyweight boxing. Definitely want to see what happens between these top 3 guys now. Deontay Wilder getting another knockout, the first round knockout, and he's had in quite some time. I mean, Wilder Fury 2, Wilder Joshua, or Joshua Fury. Those are the 3 fights that need to happen. One of those 3 fights needs to happen next for those 3 individuals. Nothing else matters for all 3 of those individuals. I think Anthony Joshua is going against somebody or just recently fought or beat somebody. But it doesn't matter anymore. Those are the 3 men that are the most important. Look at that. Look at all that. Hasn't lost once. 41-0-1. The only draw he got against was Tyson Fury. Anthony Joshua, I think he either just went against somebody or he's going to fight somebody. Go up. There you go. June 1st, he's going against Andy Ruiz to defend the WBA, IBF, WBO, and IBO heavyweight titles. Holy fuck!
Wait, so is that how that works? If somebody has belts, that you win all their belts?
What do you mean?
Like if you beat them, when you fight somebody, you defend all your belts?
I guess so. I mean, he's been defending all the belts. Well, no, when he went against Vladimir Klitschko, I think he had the IBF heavyweight title, and he just won the vacant WBA and IBO. I guess for now, maybe he's just been putting all the belts on the line, it seems.
Like, yeah, I don't know if you have to do that, or if that's up to the fighter.
It's up to the fighters, and it's up to which promotion gets there, essentially. So, like...
There's so many politics.
So, like, yeah, if Anthony Joshua... That's the thing, like, I'm pretty sure if Anthony Joshua goes against Deontay Wilder, it's like all belts are on the line.
Yeah.
But that just means that if Anthony Joshua wins, he'll win the WBC, but if Deontay Wilder wins, he may win WBA, IBF, WBO, and IBO. I think we need somebody who watches boxing a lot more often than we do to school us on this. But I'm pretty sure
if any experts out there, like I don't know, maybe like a Brendan Schaub, who's got his own
watches a lot of boxing or something like that.
His own Showtime show.
Yeah,
come through, hang out. Yeah, for sure. We can chat.
Let us know what the rules are in boxing, because we're not sure. All we know is Fury,
bring
Wilder.
Brian Callen, big fighter in the kid fit.
Yeah, there you go. But Wilder, Fury, Joshua. Those 3 men need to fight each other. Not all at the same time, of course, but that would be amazing if they did that.
Yes, put away the politics. Everybody's gonna get their money right. Just make it happen.
Make it happen. Right. Make it happen, Kevin. But yeah, for now,
all right.
We'll say good morrow to everybody, and thank you for joining us once again. What's next week? Real quick, let's just take a look at is there a card next week?
I don't think there's one next week.
Is there one next week?
Might have taken a quick break. No, Saturday, June 11th. So no, not next week, but the following.
Yeah, June 1st. It's June
It's not
1st.
next week.
It's June 1st.
Yeah.
Is that next week?
No, that's
oh,
the
no, you're
following
right.
week.
It's not 2 weeks. All right, nice. We take a quick break next week on the 25th.
But on June 1st, that's going to be fun. We'll probably review this next week.
Going over to
Jimmy Manuwa is fighting a ghost. Daniel Tamor is fighting. Makan Amirkhani.
Amirkhani.
Ozdemir, Ilir Latifi, Alex Gustafsson, Anthony Smith. That'll be fun.
That'll be all happening in Sweden
Tanya
at the
Evinger,
Ericsson
Lena
Globe.
Landsberg.
Tanya Evinger versus Lena Landsberg. That'll be a fun fight. Absolutely. Stevie Ray versus Leonardo Santos. I like the sound of that guy. Go down one more, actually. I think I saw one. The light heavyweight fight right there. Nope. Darko and Devitt Clark. No, I don't know you gentlemen. Sorry about that.
This will take place on 10 a.m.
June 1st.
This is going to be in Sweden?
Yeah, it'll be in Sweden.
Sweden
At the Ericsson Globe.
All right, so
we'll preview that next week for everybody, and then we'll also take a look at maybe there'll be some smaller fights happening next week. Is there a Bellator going on next week?
You never know. Bellator.
There was a Bellator.
There's not a one. But Bellator's been doing pretty frequent fights.
They have.
We just had. Whoa. Oh, these are upcoming. Yes. So
June 14th.
No, not until June 12th. June 12th. And 14th.
June 12th and 14th looks like that.
What the fuck? That's a weird. 12th and 14th. What days are those?
12th. What are you looking at? The 12th. June 22nd.
No, down here. Oh, July 12th. Sorry. Okay.
I'm gonna stop scrolling through shit.
Sorry,
son.
Yeah, that'll be Machida Sun in June.
June 14th at Madison Square Garden.
So we'll talk about that later on.
But yeah, we'll talk about that when that happens. But yeah, well, I guess we'll review the ESPN Plus card for Sweden with Gustafsson going against. Wow, why can't I remember who's it going against? Oh, Lionheart.
Yes.
We'll review that next week. And until then, thank you for joining us once again. Episode 29, 3/4 guard. If you want to give us a listen to during the week on our podcast channels and stuff, we're on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. We might be changing up the look of everything because we'll be moving out of our studio by the end of the month. Or by the end of next month, at least, I think.
Yeah, probably next month.
We're weighing out options and we're seeing where we're going to move.
Change,
we might change the setup up against a little bit, but until then, we'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, 3/4 guard, 3 word, spelled out, 3/4 guard, and then Twitter, number 3/4 guard.
But yeah, and until next week, I am the Shane. This is the aforementioned. I am Shane. I'm Eric. This is the aforementioned Shane over here in front of me, and happy Sunday. Tip your waitresses.
Peace and love.
Watch the fights.